Hello, my name is Deputy Chief Alex Paraconi. I'm the Director of Training and Education for the Baltimore City Fire Department. Today we want to talk to you about hands-only CPR and how it can play a role in saving a life. The Baltimore City Fire Department receives tens of thousands of medical emergency calls every year. For those patients in cardiac arrest or who are not breathing, every second counts. As units rush to the scene, you, as a bystander, can help increase someone's chances of surviving this incident. When a call is made to 911, the operator will immediately dispatch units to the scene. While you wait, the operator will stay on the line with you, asking additional questions about the condition of the patient. They may ask if you or someone nearby can perform CPR. The first arriving units on the scene will have received additional information from their dispatcher. When they arrive, a licensed emergency care provider will begin treating the patient. In the fire service, ROSC stands for Return of Spontaneous Circulation. For a patient who is non-breathing or in cardiac arrest, if CPR is administered immediately and proper emergency care is provided by paramedics, the patient can be stabilized and live to see another day. We call these ROSC saves. Today we are sharing the story of how a 13-year-old patient was saved. In their own words, the paramedics and a doctor will explain the incident and help you understand the role you can play in saving a life.
Community CPR is incredibly important. It's really not about how fast the EMS providers or medical professionals can get to the side of any patient. It's about how fast circulation is maintained or restored. So if CPR is not performed and hands-only CPR is not done, the benefit or the possibility of somebody being neurologically intact is really low. In other words, patients don't survive and their brain function doesn't recover. So the community CPR or hands-only CPR buys people time and essentially guarantees that you can be functional and perhaps survive a cardiac arrest with good outcome. It maintains the heart's function until paramedics or other trained rescuers can get there.
We received a call for a young teenager who fainted. And my partner and I were en route, and on the way over, our dispatcher came over and told us that now he wasn't breathing.
When we first heard the call come out, it was kind of a shocker because you never really hear too many 12-year-old males go down as non-breathing.
So on arrival, we got out and found the patient was laying by the steps, and there were a couple other kids around him, and one of them was actually doing really good CPR.
The clock of brain death and the clock of a bad outcome, that starts ticking immediately when somebody's heart stops. So for patients that are 12 or older, 13 or older, the issue is entirely the same. It's two hands in the center of the chest, pushing hard, pushing fast, and not stopping. There are some modifications of the technique for really young populations, but for the adult patient or the young adult in cardiac arrest, the technique is absolutely the same.
Got out the unit, went over to the bystanders, asked them to stop for a minute. We checked for a palpable pulse on the patient to make sure the patient was still alive and breathing. The patient was actually not breathing at the time and did not have a pulse.
My partner got on the radio and told them that we needed assistance, that we had a cardiac arrest.
So at quick responders, we did CPR, put the patient on the stretcher, put him in the back of the unit, and called for additional units to come help. While in the back of the unit, we continued with CPR until truck 16 actually arrived at the scene.
The more CPR the patient gets, the more chances of survival that he has.
Breathing is actually a good thing because you want to make sure that you're getting oxygen to the brain. Without oxygen to the brain, everything else shuts down.
When you begin CPR, you start generating a blood pressure inside somebody's body, even if their heart is not beating. So once you decide to start CPR, unless the environment is unsafe for you, it is absolutely important to continue it until the arrival of trained rescuers.
In the process of all of our other care, we transported him to the hospital with a pulse and also a blood pressure.
With effective CPR by the bystanders and communication giving bystanders more information on what to do with the scene, it helped us out a lot, tremendously.
Bystander CPR is very, very important. I think that's what saved this young teen's life.
What was key to this person's survival, what was key to this excellent outcome was that the bystanders, the neighbors, the friends, the family immediately started CPR. And what's great about this case is it illustrates the functioning of the first and second links in the chain of survival, which is good community CPR and good hands-only CPR.
As you can see, knowing how to perform hands-only CPR can save a life. The Baltimore City Fire Department offers classes at 2 different locations throughout the year. The classes are brief and free of charge. You can call the number on the screen to schedule a time when you can learn hands-only CPR, so one day you can possibly save a life.